Dusk has exerted much of her will and power to get back her belongings, to pull them from the flames. And while she has succeeded at that, not everything was found. But now she will move on, taking what she can and continuing northward. Yet the city has proven itself to be a danger that even the almighty Dusk struggles with. And so she will adjust that trajectory, adjust her path, find a safer means of travel. And while it still has its own dangers, the underground can provide just that. And so, to the deep, to the dark, Dusk shall go. As the night passes, Dusk shall pass through it. Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rycon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead. No Hope, where we are hopefully going to find a means to access the underground. Now, unfortunately, there isn't anywhere nearby here that gives us that. The closest is the sewer system here. What we'd love to find is a subway system that starts to take us up and towards the north. Don't think that's going to happen easily though. So what I think we might need to do for the moment is try and get somewhere like this church, for example, and just spend a little bit of time hanging out there, just making sure that we're in a good condition, a good enough condition to be able to continue on. So let's go draw out Dawn, and we're going to start to head in that direction. We are going to swap over to Brawling, and it looks like we might have to deal with that Strider. No, the Strider is minding its own business right now, which is great. Okay, so let's see. It's pretty much a straight shot down towards there. There are some casings on the ground, so it seems like some shenanigans have been occurring down there. But we'll find out about that soon enough, won't we? And hello, zombie dwarf. Let's actually try and see if we can strike you down. The leather wallet is another source of leather for us, so we'll go and take that. I guess we'll be taking everything else that's in it, though. I kind of don't want to do that. We'll just take your cash card for now. We're not going to get that much from it, I think. What are you? You are Sojourner's Palm, a large magical palm tree. Why are we seeing a magical palm tree here? Interesting. Why are we seeing a magical palm? This plant also has the well-documented ability to teleport randomly. Let's pick one of the... Okay. It just teleported away, but we got some of the flowers from it. Let's just have a look at those there. A red puffball flower cut from a sojourner's palm. When wind wafts between its petals, you can hear the sounds of faraway places. Okay, it casts the sojourner's palm effect at level 0. It never fails. Interesting. It can be used to craft a potion of clairvoyance, teleportation, and a potion of escape. Very interesting. We really haven't gotten that into potion making. But we know how to make many potions, as we can see. We need to have more applied science to be able to really do it here. We can also see the time to complete these is massive. And I think a lot of that has to do with just our skills not being there entirely. But yeah, there's so many potions. Wow. Okay. An alchemist would be an interesting class to run here. And ooh, okay. Armored boarded up windows. And we can hear people in here. Dante Whalen. I wonder, this is a church. We could be encountering people that are like the dinosaur hunters that we have seen in other locations. There are many shell casings outside of here though. So let's see. They seem to be chill. Hello. I think that they're the same group that kind of worship the dinosaurs, I think, judging by this. Bo Baronix, what a name. Hi, Bo. Let's just talk to you real quick. CEO, okay. The Eaters, yes, okay, so we have seen these folks before. I think Dusk would probably recognize the general vibe of this place. Can we trade items? Okay, you've got a flotation vest. That is actually kind of handy. But yeah, you're not going to trade your own equipment. You don't have much. That's fine. We may just be able to stay here for some time. That would be my hopes. We're hearing whumps on the door. That's a shriekling. Okay, hey guys, you're gonna have a little bit more trouble real soon. We have a hulking horror here as well. You know what? Dusk is gonna earn her keep. Standing by the front of the door here, a horde approaches. Okay, maybe a little bit more of a horde than she was anticipating. Ow, yeah, okay, we can't do that. We can't do that. Nope. Look, this was going to happen eventually, and oh my gosh, whatever Dusk was wearing is just gone. It's just absolutely gone. The cloak is completely destroyed. The bracer of defense on her right arm is completely destroyed. That's a bit of a problem. Hey folks, we have trouble here. And Dusk isn't going to leave them. No. I think she arrived just in time to potentially save them from what is now making its way in here. So, let's see what our options are. We need to be careful. We want to try and keep things contained here as much as possible. 5 seconds to cast Wrathful Spirits. Summoning 2 shadows. Not a terrible idea. But 5 seconds is a long time in combat. Honestly, maybe just going for a lightning bolt here is the right choice? Maybe. Okay. We did get the hulking horror with that. That's good. I think it is currently grabbing us, which I'm not a fan of. Let's see if we can throw it away from us. It should be a pretty quick cast for us to do so. Yes, we slammed it back into the wall there. It's stunned, it's zapped. We need all of these folks here with their pikes to start to do damage to this thing. We need to keep in mind that Dusk is 10 foot tall, half plant, half human elf hybrid, with glowing green eyes, a worn wizard hat with a magical sword in her hand. It's quite a sight in the first place for them to see her arriving here. And now this. Okay, we're gonna hit it with a mind hammer, trying to slam it into the ground there, doing 60 damage to it, slamming it in the chest. That's not bad. Okay, all right, they are able to stab at it from across the aisle there. That's good. The second that it takes a step forwards, we are gonna try and see if we can throw it back again. That is a fast casting for us to do so, and it will keep them alive just that little bit longer. It's stunned now. They should be able to stab its death. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. So now we just move in and we help them as best we can. And they're actually doing a great job. Now here's where this can really work out well for them. Dusk can be a great frontliner. If they stand behind Dusk and continue to stab with their spears, we may be able to make this. They're trying to pulp the corpses by the sounds of things. Okay, but they are also helping us out here. Just please stay behind us. I don't think we're going to be able to get them to do that, but we'll try, won't we? We will try. Let's just hope that there are no bloated zombies among this horde here. We are starting to get a little bit overwhelmed currently. Dusk is still in a pretty good position though. She's been lit up, I think, probably by one of the zombie dwarves that are around here. That feral human needs to go. Let's take out that zombie dwarf. Okay, and now we have an amalgamation that we just absolutely slay. Wonderful work. Okay, so this brute is stunned. Let's slam it. We've got another one. This one's downed. It's grabbing us though, so let's take that out. Wow, we're thrown backwards then. We can't see what's going on, but we're going to move up to try and see if we can help them here. We will stop trying to pick up. Dahlia here is in a bit of trouble, so we're going to try and see if we can move up to Dahlia's position. This huge boomer is going to explode in just a moment, covering us with bile. But you know, these things happen. Oh, please don't die. Either someone died there or they were thrown back. It's a little bit hard to tell what happened. They may have just moved from the position that they're in. We're being grabbed right now, so we can see that multiple attacks are going through in one turn. Yet again, it's difficult to tell if they are still alive. Okay, Dante's still good. That's good. Wow, the bodies are really starting to pile up here. Decayed zombie, howling waif. They're downed. Let's take out that one next. Oh boy, Dahlia is trying to flee.
and she's being grabbed by a veteran survivor zombie. I imagine that Dahlia recognizes this person there, and in her horror, she is trying to flee away from one that she once knew. Oh boy, Dusk. Okay, so her stamina is starting to get quite low, which is not ideal for us to be frontlining here. So we're just gonna keep an eye on that. As ooh boy, that swarming amalgamation, that needs to go up to the wall to the north here. So we're gonna try and shove. I'm gonna really hope that no one is there. They've got a nice new wall in their church now. Dahlia is getting torn apart out there. I don't think that Dusk is going to be able to get out towards her. So there's a lot more in the church here that could try and help out. We really need them to start to help with this fight because Dusk is now in severe pain. Okay, we're getting overwhelmed. The whole not being able to see thing is rough as well, so we need to pull back at this stage. Her torso is bleeding profusely. We're going to get into this back room here. We need to stop that bleeding now, otherwise Dusk is going to bleed out. Something did some serious damage to her, tearing through all of those layers of protection that she has. So let's see what we have. If we have some hemostatic powder, that would be great. Doesn't look like we have anything like that, so we're going to have to fall back on bandages. So we're going to go for some medical gauze. We're going to see if we can try and apply that to our torso here. Okay, zombie raven folk are here. I don't know, we're only 28% of the way through. Let's wield that, see if we can kill this thing in time. The answer is yes, just. Okay, let's move into this door here. Church bells, I'm assuming? Must be. Let's see if we can get a little bit further away here. It looks like they're probably going to be coming from both sides. This is a terrible situation to be in. But the eaters, you know, I don't know if this is the worst case scenario for them. They are just becoming one with the Horde. Yeah. Now, if Dusk was to have used her wand of fireballs outside to try and thin the Horde a little bit, that would have helped somewhat, but only just a little bit, because those flames, all that noise, it will have only drawn more to this location. We're going to try and see if we can get this thing done in time. We've spotted a zombie dwarf, which means that they've probably already gotten through that door. We have a bone plate wolf that's there now. Okay, bad. This is bad. So, ooh boy, we don't have the ability to use any of our mental abilities because we are in severe pain. Wow, it is just wild how quickly it all falls apart. But that is the nature of the megacity and of no hope. So, we can try and do a lesser quantum tunnel here. I think that's probably a good idea because I think that we are overwhelmed at this stage. We could try and kill these two here, we could get lucky, but I think this is going to be the better option for us right now. Invisibility, also not bad. It can give us a moment to be able to do something, but 15 seconds, that's not enough for us to get bandaged up. So, let's try and tunnel if we can. We're getting attacked. Okay, we fail. So, we try to do so again, because we really need to get a bandage on us. Holographic transposition's not what we want to do. We want to do lesser quantum tunnel. And so, we tunnel. But we tunnel somewhere rather bad. Inside the church, into thick smoke. Not a good place to be. Dusk attempts once again. Tunneling. And she's away. She's outside, but she's not in a good position. She's in a bad position. Getting towards that staircase inside would not be terrible for us. Okay, so we are currently without dawn now. It probably dropped back there somewhere. This is not good, folks. Let's tunnel. Okay, we got a little bit further away. If we can get a moment of peace, we'll be good. So we need to try and see if we can make our way up towards a tree, up towards something where we can get elevation, where we can get out of the grasp of this horde that is now beneath us. We need to get away from the eaters. So we tunnel once again, Dusk getting attacked again and again. Okay, so with 0 strength, with next to no speed, she's going to continue trying to move on over towards there. She gets a little bit further. Her torso is getting bad. Tunnel. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Okay, closer to the staircase. Do we just go for it? I think so. We step into the thick smoke, we go for the stairs, Dusk gets up. Okay, can she go any further up? It doesn't look like it, but we can go out onto the edge here. Up. Okay, keep going up. Further and further, Dusk. Up she goes, up she goes. The higher we get, the further away from our enemies we are. Okay. Bandage. Let's apply it to the torso. We need to stop this bleeding now. She's still lit up, but the bleeding has stopped. Oh my gosh. This is beyond wild. Let's go prone on the ground here. We are lit up. We were hit by fairy fire down below. And now atop this tower, Dusk hears the Horde moving beneath her. Ever present, ever hungering, everlasting. And now they have devoured the Church of the Eaters. We can actually see a little bit of the area around us, even though it's night. We're still being able to make out some of that. We're in a world of hurt. Now, we can help that a little bit, potentially. If we go to Biomancer, let's have a look here. Knit the rent flesh. It can give us decent healing across the board. That's probably what we want to try and do here. 52% chance of failure. It's 900 mana, so it's a decent investment, but I think it's what we need to do. So, let's go cast that. Excellent. Okay, so we have seen a little bit of improvement there already. Your wounds are closing up. Okay, I don't know if that does like a bandage quality across the board. It doesn't look like it. No. Okay, so let's get this bandaged, our head, that is. Okay, and antiseptic, alcohol wipes. Let's just do some alcohol wipes on our less injured things, just to keep those disinfected. We'll use some proper antiseptic on our other limbs. Okay, so proper antiseptic. Let's go and apply that first of all to our head. We probably don't need to, but it's a precaution, and I do believe it helps with the healing process. So yeah, very good for the torso, and we're also going to do the same thing for our head as well, because our head is important to us. We're using it, or at least we try to. There we go. Okay, so at this stage, we are tired. The darkness is losing its shape. It's nearly 3 o'clock in the morning at the moment. Honestly, if we can sleep, we should try to. I was going to say we're going to try and drink from our teapot, but it has a cash card in it currently. And it is slightly caffeinated, so that will keep us up for longer. Honestly, just trying to sleep might be the play here. So we're going to turn off our earplugs so that we can't hear. I know it's just the hard ground. I think we'll have a hard time trying to fall asleep, but we're just going to start to try and pass some time. There is no way we can go down there and fight. We will continue trying to fall asleep. Oh, and you know what? Let's actually stop concentrating on everything. There we go. Okay. All right, our lifting field has dissipated. We are feeling pretty bare right now because we just have our back scabbard on. We have our hat, ballistic glasses, and yeah, that's kind of it. But the distributed bark works like clothing for us. Oh boy. Okay. You know what? I think we probably still will eat. We can do that at the very least. It is going to make us a little bit thirstier, though. That's the only thing. So we're not going to overeat at this stage. We're also going to try and avoid using painkillers if we can, because we are trying to outlast the withdrawals. We're trying to lose that addiction that we have gained. Okay, we're going to stop trying to fall asleep. We are actually considered dehydrated now, so I think it's probably going to be worth us using our endless teapot. So we shall activate it and we'll drink that lovely green tea. It's got us feeling happy at the very least. And we'll go and activate that yet again and just keep on slurping that back. Okay, we're just thirsty now at this stage, so I think that's probably going to be okay. It's just a question of whether or not we're going to be able to sleep. We don't know what time of day it is right now either, because our phones, etc. are in our backpack, which is on the ground. We don't have access to that right this second. So we'll know when the light starts to hit us that morning has arrived. And the thing is, obviously pain does affect your ability to be able to sleep, which is why Dusk is going to really struggle here, but we can't really afford to be doing anything else right now other than just trying to rest. Even meditating, even trying to practice some of our mental abilities, we won't really be able to because of the pain, isn't going to help us here. Something that we can look at doing is stop trying to rest for a moment and actually have a look at using our magic once again to knit the rent flesh. Oh, and we need our hands free. So we'll drop the endless teapot for a moment and we will attempt that once again. And we succeed, our wounds closing up just that little bit more, which theoretically should help with our pain over time. Also, once we get enough mana, Pain Split is probably the right option for us. The trouble with Pain Split, though, as ever, is that it's very difficult for us to do while we are in pain because it is a spell that sits at max level 1. So while Knit the Rent Flesh we can get better at, we can't get any better at Pain Split. So it's tricky. It's like we need to be out of the pain range to be able to use it in the first place. Well, a little bit of good news. Dusk is no longer in shock. Because yeah, she was in full-blown shock, and I think that's because of the severe amount of damage that she experienced to her torso. She's not slept yet, but she's gotten a fair bit of mana back. The pain is still intense, however, so any kind of pain split is still very much like off the table. Although, in saying that, we might not even need to. Both our head and our torso are recovering rather well. And very good news, Dusk no longer feels anemic, so she's managed to gain enough blood back over the evening here. Her body recovers very quickly, and honestly, I think we're probably in a position where we are going to wake up now. Yep, and sure enough, it is day, and we are going to be able to see much further as soon as we kind of get back up. So we're going to stand up. Let's first of all get our lifting field active. We are experiencing withdrawals, yes. And into that lifting field, we are going to put our backpack. There we go. Now, let's grab that teapot. That will definitely fit into one of our various bags that we have. I mean, it can actually just go into the backpack. There we go. Oh, or not. Could not put it in. Okay. Oh, that was into the lifting field. Yeah, there we go. Inserted. Wonderful. We'll just grab the cash card, which will probably put it into the teapot again, but you know, what are you going to do? Okay, and we still haven't seen any further yet, so I think what we need to do is just go down and then go back up again. And yep, sure enough, that has refreshed the map for us, and we can see much, much further. Now, I do believe we were seeing a radio tower of some kind over here. Yeah, so that would give us even more sight. What we're looking for, ideally, are, yeah, there we go, subway stations. Okay, so we couldn't quite tell what it was down below, but we can see that there is a subway station there. There's 2 of them. So making it to there, that's kind of our best shot of making it underground. What do we have there? Military. Several corpses of soldiers. Right. So, of course, we cannot forget, Dawn is down outside somewhere. And so, a horde of zombies, no doubt. Oh, a zombie lich gesticulates wildly. We feel a strange pulse of energy from that lich, but nothing happens. Okay, let's just go crouched so that we aren't visible to the outside world. We could go fully prone to do that as well. We need to have something to eat first of all, so we're going to go hard on these beech nuts. Unfortunately though, we're going to get this withdrawal message just like all the time because yes, we are indeed experiencing withdrawals, but we just want to be ignoring those for now, Dusk, so let's try and do that. Okay, she's feeling satisfied at this stage, so let's try and see if we can go and activate our endless teapot. Of course, the cash card is in there. What a silly place to put such a thing. It looks like we're just going to have to do that a few more times here. Okay, there we go. We'll be feeling hydrated soon. We're still tired. That is to be expected, I suppose. Our bandages are still looking good. The disinfectant is also looking good as well. We're in moderate pain at the moment, which, hey, that's not so bad. We have experienced worse. So, what are we doing here? Well, let's go and activate our shooter earplugs first of all, I think, just so we can actually hear what's going on in the environment around us. And then I suppose we could just start to poke our head downstairs and just see exactly what is going on. Now, we do have a wand of fireballs, which we can utilize to great effect by diminishing the masses there are no doubt in this building. Now, as we start to get lower, we should be able to see if they are directly beneath us. Okay, we cannot climb here. Interesting. Are the stairs destroyed? Okay, no, that was just weird. It was, I think, trying to have us go up from that position. So we're nearly at the bottom now at this stage. Oh, the floor has been destroyed there. Okay, let's just peek down here. All right, looks like they moved on. What? There's an EMP blast that's happened nearby. Okay. Let's go put that into our inventory for a moment here. And let's see if we can see Dawn real quick. The answer is no. Okay. Little alarming. It could have dropped out the back here somewhere. Okay. So what do we got? We have a zombie lich here who's currently tracking our position. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to use force shove and we are going to pull it towards us, slamming it into the wall is the idea here. So we're going to say shove, slam it into the wall. Awesome. It's stunned. We're going to change over to Tai Chi. We're going to move up towards this thing. We're going to attack it and we're going to try and kill it. Oh, we have a zombie necromancer here as well. All right, come on, zombie lich. Let's get you dead, please. Here's the thing. I think the necromancer could probably just bring that back to life. We can, however, go and force shove that zombie necromancer up and into that wall there. Okay, stunned it. It's still alive, however. So let's maybe try and see if we can go for a mind hammer. Range 7. That might be outside of our range. Indeed it is. So let's move up towards it. Okay, there's a zombie Hulk there. There's a number of other troubling things. So we can see Dawn. Let's just grab Dawn and let's get back up top. The Hulk could potentially destroy the stairs, so that is a bit of a concern of mine. So let's see. Dawn, you are right there. Let's try and see if we can very quickly put Dawn back into the scabbard, because that should be a quick action for us to do so. Yes, no, maybe, I don't know. Okay, we succeed. Now, something that I want to try out, and something that I haven't really thought about yet, is with phase, theoretically, we should just be able to phase up onto the roof above us, right? So if we have a look, if we peek, there's a roof up here. Can we phase directly upwards? Because if we can, that'd be really cool. Okay, let's attempt it. Yup. What the hell? Oh my gosh. The amount of times that I've tried to go, okay, well, we need to get outside. We need to get line of sight to be able to. No, we're a teleporter. We can go where we please. Yeah. We need to embrace our inner Nightcrawler. And so this might be a problem for some characters. No, not for Dusk, as we can go and phase. We can phase through here like so. Well, if we have concentration to do so. Now, here's the thing. I think that we really do need to work on phase because it is such a useful ability for us to have. We also do have a Flesh Raptor that is down beneath us. Now, we can't hit it with a force shove because, weirdly, we need to actually have a direct line to it. But we can hit it with a mind hammer. So we'll go and mind hammer that into the ground. We're seeing lots of things down beneath us. They are very much aware that we are here. So, Dusk, let's go lay down up here, like so. We'll go and catch our breath real quick. All right, and we can probably stop concentrating on our lifting field because, yeah, I would like to ponder things. So we're going to put the rucksack on just so we have access to everything that is in that. And let's just go and stop concentrating. There we go. The lifting field dissipates. Right. So now having a look at our practicing that we can do, let's go and contemplate phase. Because, hey, look, I'm interested to see what other things that we can potentially learn from our teleportation tree. I would also like to get better at mega kinesis. We haven't really been able to utilize that yet, but I feel like if we can get that powerful, then Dusk could be looking really good there. Honestly, Wave of Force is another one of those things, because we do get surrounded quite often. Being able to just throw everything back would make a big difference for us. Oh, hello, Flesh Raptor. Fancy seeing you here. It just smashed through the glass towards us. Okay, so we'll just go and force shove that if we can. Force shove. Slam it against the wall, destroy part of the wall in the process. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So that came from down below. There is a hive hulk down there that seems to be releasing things. We had a few notifications about that. So let's have a look here. We haven't got this any higher, but we've got it close. We need 800 more experience to be able to get that to the next level. We're looking pretty good though. Like, our head has recovered really nicely. Our torso is also looking good as well, which I'm very happy about all of those things. We aren't... Okay, now there's a Zaptor. I was going to say, we aren't getting affected by the sun directly, but now that the wall is destroyed, we might see a little bit of that. So I will be mindful of that. But first of all, Mind Hammer. We will slam that Zaptor. And of course, we are going to try and stay prone as much as possible. We can see that we've picked up a little bit of attunement as well from all the meditation that we've been doing recently. We're going to get back to it, trying to ignore the noise from down below as much as possible. Ooh, okay. Our attunement is starting to get a little high for my liking. I was planning on cutting us off at around about 3 o'clock, but I think we're probably going to stop it there just because, yeah, that's a little concerning. Let's see how far we've made it. Oh, okay, we did manage to get that to level 7. Great. The range is 3. Channeling time, 44 moves. That's really quick. So I'm very, very happy about that. Blink is also a super useful skill for us to have. The stamina cost is a lot lower. It's a faster one for us to cast as well. It's just good to just pop around. It will fail if the volume of your carried gear is too great. That's good to know about Blink though, because right now, yeah, we are over encumbered. I think we are just going to try and smash some of these beech nuts back though. Okay, nice and slaked, we're feeling hydrated. Now there is one more thing that I'm contemplating drinking. The concentrated mana mutagenic primer that we have here. It's been a while since we've done any mutations, and I'm on board with it. So, Dusk shall consume. Okay, and let's see where we are sitting after that. So we have mana mutation going on at the moment. We're still experiencing an opiate withdrawal. However, we don't see any changes happening yet. So that is why we are going to have to consume mutagen alongside that there. So we'll go and knock that back and we will see. We feel awful after that. Sure enough, mutagenic slurry. So yes, our stomach is burning. Hopefully that was a good idea. We'll find out soon enough. If we start to see some of the effects of that, then we know we're doing okay there. Now, I think before we do any other channeling, we do need to try and see if we can ground ourselves. So let's go and have a look at doing this grounding meditation here and see if we can get our attunement down just a bit, because I feel like it's kind of towards the dangerous level. Obviously, I think it can go far, far higher than that. I think we've pushed it far, far higher than we're at the moment, but just to be cautious, I think we'll try and see if we can get that down. Okay, so it takes a little while, but we can get them down one by one. I think I'm going to try and see if we can get that down to 2. We'll just try and track that, see how long it takes us to do. Okay, so it's about 40 or so minutes, thereabouts. I'm pretty happy about that. What I'm not happy about are the large amount of sounds that we have going on down beneath us. We are going to have to deal with that. Yeah, so let's start to make our way down here, seeing zombie liches and many other things down below. Oh boy, okay. How bad? Okay, well, I mean, they've definitely destroyed quite a bit so far. We're seeing quite a few zombie necromancers and zombie liches out there. Damn. And yeah, there's no chance that anyone is alive here or that any of them survived this absolute massacre. So of course we did record that there were some subway stations nearby. Could we make it to those subway stations? Potentially, if we are cautious, if we are careful, if we are swift. But it's going to take a lot to be able to be all of those things. I think it's probably worth us trying though, and I know it's daylight, but I think we can manage this. So here's what we're going to do. First of all, we need to get wind running active on us, because that's going to give us a little bit of extra speed as we are making our way around. Wind running, fantastic. Next, we are most certainly going to need our lifting field so that we are lighter in general. Let's go and insert that rucksack into the lifting field. We are then going to activate momentum alteration on us as well. Air moves around us. We want to make sure that we have our stamina good to go. Our speed is 122 right now. That's great. It can be better. And the way that we're going to get that to be better is by taking off our bicephalus ring. So we'll take that off and we are going to go and wear the plus 10 speed ring, which brings us up to 132 speed. Very nice. Very, very nice. Okay, so let's try and have a breather before we make our way down. We've spotted the zombie necromancer, of course. Okay, we now need to grab our umbrella so that we don't get too toasty out there. Here we go, Dusk. Here we go. Making our way down. Okay, yeah, the staircase is what we're after. All right, here we are. So let's try and pick the fastest route towards this place here. Okay, so that's where we're wanting to go. That's where we need to get to. So I'm gonna kind of try and mark it if we can. So we'll just do something like that, and we're gonna go for this. So we are only going to sprint when it is absolutely necessary, because right now 132 speed is really good. Wow! Just wow! The buildings around here are completely leveled. Just well and truly. So where we started that blaze was up here. This isn't fire that's done this. This is something else altogether. But throughout the night, throughout the day, Dusk has just heard just these collapses. And I've never seen this. I have not seen destruction like this in Cataclysm. The bile, the blood, the bodies, the mess. It is something that we could only expect from No Hope and from the population being as high as it is here. Okay, so here's how we're going to work with places and buildings and things like this. We are going to start utilizing our ability to phase more often, because it's a very useful ability for us to have. Now, this could potentially be a 2-story building for all we know. So if that's the case, we don't want to go directly here, we'd want to go here instead. We lose our concentration. Unfortunate. Let's try that again. Oh, that's a blink. Okay, not what I was after, but hey, it's something. Let's start sprinting here. Okay, also not exactly what I was after, but that's fine. Okay. All right, so of course, we want to be mindful of our stamina. We've got panicked people here who are definitely going to be getting the attention of other things. And speaking of attention, we have Migos out here on the street. They are going to hold the attention of the dead. That's good. That's kind of what we want at this stage. We're going to move up towards where the military bodies are. We're going to try and avoid getting grabbed here. Moving swiftly. Trying not to get stuck by the thorny shambler here. And trying to avoid that mess. I don't think we're going to be able to avoid that easily. I think the easiest thing for us to do here is to run a little bit and to phase through this wall here. So we'll say phase, and phasing inside is a good idea. Phasing onto the roof, perhaps even better, because we can do stuff like this. You know, we can phase onto the next level of this building, theoretically, if we wanted to. I can also just hold here for a moment. Wait for that to get closer, first of all. Use our Awakened Telekinesis to force shove it. Let's just move around it for a second here. Force shove you into the wall there. Wonderful. Let's get some stamina back before we do anything else. Oh my gosh. The mess. The mess. The destruction. It is everywhere. Okay. This is fine. This is fine. Okay. Oh my gosh. All right. Okay. Just looking respectfully. All right. So I kind of would like to get across towards that roof there. We're not going to be able to do that with phase. I think we have a range of 3 with phase now. So yeah, we wouldn't quite be able to make it. We can make it to there and then drop down inside. Potentially that could work out for us. Yeah. Either way, it's gonna be a little tricky. We could also just phase down onto the ground for a second and then phase up onto the other building. Or alternatively, this is potentially a 3-story building. Let's try and phase up to the top here, if that's going to be remotely possible. Let's see. Awaken telekinesis, no teleporter, phase, and we want to phase not here, but there. Wonderful. Okay, so that's a skylight that we're seeing there. Okay, that's fine. All right, yet again, we can just wait, get our stamina back. We are just going to mind hammer this one. We don't really have anything we can knock it into easily. So mind hammering is going to be the best option, which means that we are going to have to wait just a little bit longer, get some more stamina back. And theoretically, with a phase range of 3, we should be able to teleport directly down onto the ground now. But it'd have to be like directly beneath where we are, because I don't think the angle would work. Wow, took us a while to catch our breath there, and it seems like the dead are here. Hello, hello, hello. How much closer are we? Only a little bit. We still have quite a ways to go. So this roof jumping technique kind of can work for us. So let's have a look once again. Teleporter phase. Only a 13% chance of it failing at this stage, which that's pretty good. We can phase just that little bit further. Boom. Just like that. Wonderful. What an ability. What an ability. We love it. Okay, so we're going to start to sprint. We need to keep in mind that we need to have that little bit of stamina to be able to phase up onto a building if we need to, which I think phasing up on top of this one here is probably going to be worthwhile for us. So let's just get that little bit closer, phase away, up, and we want to go here. We lost concentration. All right, there we go. And we could potentially try and enter this if we so desired, but we don't really need to. We'll just wait here, get our breath back before we continue. Okay, and we can see the path along the various different roofs here to get to where we want to go. So we're going to go to the corner of this one, phase out into the field, like so. And then we want to leave the Raven folk here in the dust. Our speed still pretty good right now. Could it be better? Potentially, but I feel like we've still got everything going for us right now. Altered momentum. Our wind running should theoretically still be active, although we don't really seem to see that much speed. We're nearly there. I think we can probably carry on the rest of the way on foot. We just want to be mindful of that zombie dwarf there. Let's see. Okay, yeah, we just need to get onto the other side of this building at this stage. And we have another panicked person. Had another panicked person. That is the subway we seek. So let's get inside. We're going to phase, moving through the wall here, failing to do so, unfortunately. Which, you know, with a 14% chance of failure, we do fail more often than I would have thought, because we just failed yet again. Okay, but there we go. We've successfully made it inside. And before we go down here, we want to grab the subway map. So let's keep smashing until destroyed. Grab that subway map, head down here, and then I would like light of some kind. We collapse our umbrella. That doesn't really help us out all that much. We will just drop it on the ground here because I think we might potentially be surrounded. We are emitting light right now, which is why we're not actually able to see. And it is unfortunate, but we can't do much to change that. We can wear our umbrella. Interesting. Can we just grab that for the time being? That works for me. Ever-burning torch. Let's go and activate you. My gosh, that took far too long to do. Okay, so let's take a step up here and let's just start slashing at creatures down beneath us, although it doesn't look like we're actually going to be able to directly slash at them. Unfortunate, but that's okay. There's a zombie elf in the way. Okay, well, let's kill that zombie elf, huh? Or not. It doesn't seem to be allowing us to kill it. Okay, so we still ended up down on the staircase anyway. So let's start running. Okay, running, getting away and heading down below, like so. Okay, a skeletal Deinonychus, and no doubt other creatures, deep and dark. But my gosh, we have done it. And if that journey has showed me anything, maybe we don't need the subway. Yes, the subway will make it easier to travel longer distances, but phasing can really help us navigate the maze that is this city. Yeah, we still need some time to recover the equipment that we've got still, to repair what we can, but progress is also warranted. And we made some today, which I'm very happy to say. And I'd also like to thank you all for surviving the wait between episodes here. Unfortunately, I have been rather ill with a wicked flu that has knocked me out far longer than it has Dusk in the past. If only I had some of her biomancer abilities, but alas, I am somewhat better now. Good enough to be able to record, and so thank you for your patience. And with that, I ask you all, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rycon. You have all been awesome, and until next time, stay tuned.